All right, let's jump right into a really cool little poem by Thomas Hardy. It's called Weathers, and it's all about something pretty interesting, how you can find something absolutely perfect in two totally opposite seasons. You know, that buzzing energy of spring versus the quiet, cozy feeling of winter? So, here's our game plan. We'll start by looking at how the poem is split right down the middle. Then, we're going to dive into the world of spring, and after that, we'll switch gears completely to the quiet of winter. We'll put them side by side, and finally, figure out what the poet actually feels about all this. Okay, so the first thing you really got to know about Weathers is that it's perfectly balanced. It's like a poem of two halves. Each part paints this incredible picture of a different season and, more importantly, the totally unique vibe that comes with it. And that brings us to the big question, right? How can two kinds of weather that are complete opposites both feel, well, right? You've got one scene that's just bursting with life and another that's super quiet and almost a little sad. So how on earth does the poet find something good, something right, in both of them? Let's find out. All right, let's start with the first stanza. This is all about spring. And wow, Hardy doesn't waste any time. He just throws us right into this world that is absolutely buzzing with energy and new life. Just listen to this. He uses these incredible images of sound and movement. You can almost hear that nightingale billing his best. That means he's singing his absolute heart out. And you can picture those little baby birds, the nestlings, taking their very first flight. The whole thing is just pure, nonstop action. And it's not just the animals. The people are getting in on the action too. The birds are busy, and so are we. You've got young women coming out in their sprig muslin, which is just this light, flowery kind of dress, perfect for a sunny day. Then you have other folks just sitting outside, thinking about all the places they could go. It's all about being social, looking outward, and feeling that buzz of possibility in the air. But then, bam, the poem does a complete 180. The second stanza throws us right into winter, and the whole feeling, the whole mood just completely changes. And you feel the difference right away. The colors are gone. We've got browns and duns. Think dull, grayish, wet colors. Instead of all that energy, everything is just dripping. And look at the movement. It's not outward and exciting anymore. It's a quiet trip inward, as the rooks, which are a type of crow, fly home together in their families. This whole scene just screams cozy but kind of gloomy, right? The landscape is wet and colorless. The birds are heading home for warmth and safety. Life isn't about being outside anymore. Now it's all about finding warmth, getting comfortable at home, being with your family. The whole world has just turned inward. Okay, so we've seen these two totally different worlds. Let's actually put them right next to each other. Because when you do that, you can really see the incredible contrast that Hardy is creating here. I mean, look at this. It couldn't be clearer, could it? Spring is all about being active, being outside, being with lots of people, and just feeling that energy. Winter, it's the complete opposite. It's about going home, being with your family, and settling into this quieter, more muted feeling. It's not an accident. This is a totally deliberate and really beautiful contrast. And this right here, brings us to the real heart of the poem. We've looked at spring, we've looked at winter, but what about the poet? What is he feeling while all this is going on? So here it is, the big question. Does the poet like spring more or winter? Does he have a favorite? Is he a sunshine and parties kind of guy or a curl up with a book kind of guy? Well, the poem gives us an answer, and honestly, it might surprise you. The entire answer comes down to this one little line, and so do I. Get this. After he describes that perfect, buzzing spring day, he says, and so do I. Then, after he describes the damp, quiet winter day, he says the exact same thing, and so do I. And that's the key. The whole point of the poem isn't about picking a favorite. It's about identification. It's about feeling connected. The poet is saying that the lively, social vibe is exactly what feels right for spring. And that quiet, thoughtful, stay-at-home mood, that feels exactly right for winter. He's not choosing a side. He enjoys both because he understands they are both appropriate for their time. And that's really the big idea here, isn't it? This poem is a celebration of our ability to just be in tune with nature. It's telling us that there's a time for everything. There's a time to be out in the world, full of energy and dreams. And there's also a time to come home, get cozy, and be with your family. Both of these feelings and both of these weathers are totally valid and good. So, I'll just leave you with this to think about. Hardy finds a way to connect with both of these weathers. He sees himself in the high energy of spring and the quiet calm of winter. So what about you? Which one of these weathers, which of these moods, feels a little more like you right now?